what's up guys? I wanted to talk about my bucket list. So let's throw this down just for a second. Alright, so I originally had a very good plan for my last summer. And I wanted to try to do as much as possible. And I felt as though unless I just wrote it in giant words and put it on a poster board in my room to remind myself to do these things eventually during the summer, I felt as though I might not have followed through on them. And I also thought it was just kind of one of those things for every person to come in our room to just kind of like let them know like what I want to do, and they're always like, oh dude, that's so awesome, you know, things of that nature. And I also, from the very start, the first day I made this, I planned to make this video. So let's start. Alright, so the first thing we started off on our adventures is to go to Kings Island, but not just go to Kings Island. Go to Kings Island on a fast pass, which Kings Island is a amusement park full of like awesome roller coasters, water parks, all kinds of cool stuff. Pretty typical stuff. But we wanted to go on fast passes, which is basically, it's a pass where you can get to the front of the line. I get to mark that off. Then we visited a haunted place, and let me tell you, this has a story to it. We visited the Step Cemetery that is located in Indiana, and it's only about an hour away from us. I'm gonna make this a video in itself, but we got haunted, and my cousin peed on one of the graves, and he ended up being like cursed. And you might not believe me when I say this, but like pretty much he did this. We walked back from the graveyard, our doors to our car open, and we were like, and then that creeped us out. And then the next morning, he broke the two front of his teeth, just pure bad luck, out of pure bad luck. And then he started having bad luck. Before we went to the graveyard, he drank an energy drink, and then he had a heart problem. He had to go to the doctor for it. And he actually made that connection with like him drinking an energy drink. It's not typically good for your heart, so he made that connection, and he just like legitly got cursed. And we had a video where you can hear a voice in the video. And so the whole place is totally screwed up. I know you guys some of you might not believe in paranormal activity kind of stuff, but I can tell you, at like grave sites or at cemeteries, there's just so much like spiritual energy. I don't even know. So we went there, basically got cursed. Probably some of the scariest stuff ever out there. And I'll make a video about it all in itself because it is a giant story that will take a long time to explain. So then we also did go to Chicago. I didn't really shoot any videos up in Chicago simply because the camera I did have stopped working. But I do have a couple pictures I could show you. It was a great experience, and we went to northern Chicago in the city, and that's the rich part of the area. It was a great experience. Then after that, it says Epic Mealtime Feast. Originally, I did want to make a giant, like some kind of giant competition meal where we actually cook it, but I will make this. It originally wasn't crossed off, but I did cross it off because I like to count the time where we went to Buffalo Wild Wings and I ate a bunch of food. We all ate a bunch of food, and I topped off my meal by eating the hottest wing there. And when I did that, I sprinted to the restroom and I threw up everywhere. That was an awful experience. And then after that, we went to Sky Zone. I'll show you a clip of that. And at Sky Zone, that was not a very good idea because my cousin Gavin and me, we both kind of got sick again. We didn't throw up, but we just didn't have our stomachs didn't feel very good. So now we'll come down here to visit childhood places, and this was quite recently. And I like to count this simply because me and my cousin, we kind of had this house that we grew up at, and it's abandoned now. And so we went there to go look at it. We haven't looked at it in a long time, and I took my card and I broke into the locked house. And it was pretty scary. They remodeled it a couple of years ago. They're trying to put it up for resale, and we feel as though they might tear it down soon, so that's why we went inside and we broke inside just to explore. So now I come down here, it says Destroy in Melee. If you don't know what Melee is, or Super Smash Bros. Melee, it's a video game considered one of the best fighting games there ever is. And we love the game. I won't talk about it too much since not a lot of people know about the actual like professional scene of the game, which is like insane. I was invited out to a couple tournaments over the summer. I never did make time to go to them, but there's always going to be plenty of opportunities to go to them in the future. And I crossed it off simply because me and my cousin played a lot, and I still have one match on him. We even have a booklet. We keep score. He even came and wrote a sentence. You have to beat me first. That's what he wrote. It's pretty funny. Because we are like ultimate rivals of the game. Go to the Tennessee mountains. Oh boy, did we sure do that. We did that. I shot probably one of the best videos I've ever shot in my entire life. And it was an awesome experience. It was in Gatlinburg. Amazing. And then we recently went to Gatlinburg, and it was just like a few days ago. And we went there, and basically we have a crazy story. I just made a video about it. I'll put a link here on the screen or in the description. We went there, and the entire place burnt down, which I'm sure if anybody's watching, you saw it on the news. The entire place burnt down, and basically we think we were one of the last ones on the mountain before the whole place burned down. It even got to the town. Awful. Yeah, pretty crazy story. And also, we also think a person came on the trail and pretty much told us to get off the trail. And if he wouldn't have done that, we might have got burnt alive by the wildfire that was spreading very quickly that night. Yeah, that might seem like an insane story. Yeah, it's probably one of the most insane stories I've ever heard, and it happened to us. Like, I can't even explain it to you guys. But yeah, we did that. We went to Tennessee mountains, that's for sure. And then the last one on here is hit 1,000 subscribers, and that is not for this channel. This is not on this. The channel I'm talking about here, hit 1,000 subscribers, is on my channel called United Idiots, and it's me and my cousins that made funny videos and funny. So you might see there's just one left. Go skydiving, and it's not crossed off. I never got to do it. I almost did. I almost went on my birthday, but I just didn't have the budget to. See, when you go skydiving and then you want to record it, which is what I wanted to do, it was like $350 to do that. And I just could not. I had the money, but I needed to get a couple things. I had to get my laptop and things like that. And I always have an opportunity in the future to skydive. I needed to get a laptop so I can start making videos and start doing college courses and things like that. So I highly recommend, like anybody watching, to actually go out and get a poster board, get a marker, and write down the things you want to do for your bucket list, because it honestly was awesome. And some of the things I've done on there were definitely life-changing, and I just want to do it again for 2017. So thank you guys for watching. I'm going to go ahead and roll the intro. Thanks for watching.